Hello everybody, Stev here and welcome to the Davinci Resolve Starter Tutorial. This tutorial is designed to be very quick, very simple, very easy, just to give you a quick overview of Davinci Resolve. It's a huge program and we go into it in the next tutorial quite in depth, but just to show you how easy things are to get started, let's hop right in. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is download and install Davinci. Now, if you haven't done that, head on over to follow the download link and download that now. If you're on a Windows system, you may be prompted for some drivers and a wizard will come up, so just step through that and install the drivers, then open Davinci Resolve. You should initially be immediately confronted with the opening project manager screen, and you'll see untitled project. Now you can organize this screen in a couple of ways. You can have it as a list items or you can have it as icons. So to begin with, click the untitled project and Davinci will open up. Now we get a screen that looks similar to this, and Davinci has four key areas that you will be working with. The media pool, which is where we can drop our media items in, the editing area, which is where we create our film, the color area, which we won't be doing anything on in this tutorial. However, it does play a key part because this is where we do a lot of our green screen work and some of the more complex color correction features. Davinci is used by every Hollywood studio, so it's particularly for its color. Now, we finally have the delivery system. So you click on that and you can choose to customize YouTube, Vimeo. When you click those, they'll all automatically be set up for the different platforms. So that's a nice quick way to do it. Alright, at this point, we'll go back to the media bin and I want you to open up the files that were included with this tutorial. So we should have our audio file, our BG Aqua and our logo. So what we're going to do, we can do a couple of things here. We can sort of drag them straight into the media pool like so. And while we're in this media pool, I'll just show you the two elements of the project manager, which is where we were just in, is the project settings. So these are good to set up. We probably should have done that first actually. You can set this to sort of 24, 30 frames a second, and just set this up however you need to for your project, or just go with the default. So we'll save that. So with the audio, this is really cool. You can just click on items in the media bin and you'll see the audio file there. Now we'll head into the editor area, and immediately if we wanted to get back and see what's in our media pool, we can just click the media pool button up there. And we also have the effects area, which is really handy because here's where we can put transitions and everything onto into the film. We can also add text here too, which we'll be doing really quickly. Okay, so with our media, we might also grab the background and you can drag this straight on to the timeline, and you'll see that appears there. So we can drop media in from the media pool, or we can drop it straight onto the timeline, which is really handy. So then we just move the play head back to the top and just play it through. It's maybe a little slower as I'm recording the screen, However, this is a loopable background which looks really nice, and as you'll see, we just get to the end and it stops. So what we can do here is if we select the clip, you'll see it comes up in the inspector. And if you've not seen the inspector, that's the inspector button, and this is where we can really play around with the actual clip itself. And these buttons on the side are quite important too, because these allow you to keyframe. And what keyframing is, let's say I click this particular, let's move the playhead back to the top, and I click the position. Right, that has just recorded that the position is 0. Right, all the settings here are 0. Now if we click this particular item here, the icon, this is the transform icon, that's got the background highlighted, and let's say if we just want to move that across, if you want to change your screen resolutions here, you can do that quite easily, just there. So now we can see that the background is over there, and if we just move the playhead down a little bit, and then we move this back into the middle, that looks about right, I think. Just go up here and fit that in, get that right. You'll notice that the keyframe became red, and it's now recorded this particular aspect. In actual fact, because we knew that it was 0, what we could do here is just go 0, enter, 0, enter, and that will actually perfectly line that up. So what happens now is, as we take that off, there we get our background moving in. So that is using keyframes. Now you can use keyframes with everything, and that's the only thing I want to show you in this on keyframes at the moment, because we get right into them in the next tutorial. At any rate, let's say we'll copy that. So I can either, actually, we won't copy that, we'll just drag another version. We can just sort of move that there. And here we can zoom in on the workspace and the timeline. And if we just play that, that will seamlessly loop. So this is how we can now add one continuous background through the movie. So if I just copy that, I just went Control C, and now I go Control V and paste it and paste it. As you can see, we've now got a movie that is about 55 seconds long. So that is really quite handy there. So if we go into the effects library, let's add some text to it. So again, we simply drop the text on, and when we click that up in the inspector, this is where we edit the text. So again, click the transform, we can just move that around the place. With the text, you've also got the video aspects, and if you notice the position here, which is where I was just changing, you can see that come up there. So that's how easy it is to add text. If we want to add some more text, let's add some scrolling text. And I just pushed up and I've put that over the top. So let's select the scrolling text. You need to put the playhead over the clip that you're working with. Okay, and in this particular case, just position this so it goes up into the title. Now, you can just quickly make that, center that, and go whatever your point is, T2, T3, T4, and now when we go and play through, just let it think about this for a second. and that may not have come out as clearly as it could have because of the screen recording. However, that will render really nicely. So that is the tall and short of really getting things done in Davinci. We might just quickly put some, okay, let's put a logo in there, and let's also drop some audio in there. So the audio you'll see down here, and we can just bring the workspace down a little bit. Send the audio to the front. Now if you don't want to listen to the audio, you can just mute the particular tracks. Same with the video tracks, you can just turn them on and off. And with the audio, you can see we can just kind of move the clips. You see this kind of doesn't start till there, and if we wanted that to start immediately, just move that up and then shunt the whole clip back. So we'll just turn this on for a tick, and what do we get? And that actually would have gone all the way through. Okay, so what we'll do here is I'll just show you quickly some of the effects. Now I use the cross dissolve quite often, which is why I've starred that. And let's say cross dissolve, you just drag these effects straight onto the clip. Okay, I'll turn this off now. And as you can see, there's the, yeah, that comes in quite nicely. Just put in there, and let's say we wanted to slowly increase the size here. I said I wasn't going to show you any more keyframing, however, this is really simple to do too. So if we just click that there, the zoom, and then we move the playhead down, and we just drag this to there, that's gone red, and when we play that through, can't quite tell from this, but that will just appear nicely and fade out. Alright, finally, let's say we've finished our movie and we're going to render it. Just before I do that, I might quickly here, I'll just cut this off at this point. So there's your splice tool. I get more into all of these in the next tutorial. So I'll just move that across there. Okay, the inspector, go back to deliver, and as I mentioned before, we can set this up for custom. If you're exporting to YouTube, click the YouTube icon and you can choose how to render this out. What we do here is we just call it, give it a name, so I'll just call this test for the time being, and just browse the location. So yeah, find your location and put it into there. And what we do is we add to the render queue. And basically, you can see that appearing here. Then we click Start Render and watch this render itself out. Okay, that is the fairly quick basic ways to get around Davinci Resolve. As you'll find out coming up, it is a big program with a lot of capacity, and we jump right in. So for the next tutorial, have the pause button ready and just go over anything that, if you didn't quite pick it up the first time, some things may need a couple of looks at. However, it's fairly laid back in the delivery, and if you follow the examples in there, you'll come out with a great looking video very quickly. Okay, thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you in the next tutorial.